Alright, hello humans. A video on countering and oh my goodness, what just happened? Nope, please, spare me. Okay, looks like it's working this time. A slideshow on countering characters in deadlock. I gotta turn my mouse off. Um, this video is good for returning players, more directed at returning players, especially with the new patch coming up. It's a nice little catch-up, I suppose. But if you're new to the game as well, feel free to watch and learn a thing or two from a slideshow. Details for returning players. Walkers heal when other walkers are defeated. It's not a huge amount, but it's a decent amount. Troopers deal a lot of damage at the start of the game. Tanking attacks from troopers is not good. Like, I'm telling you, honestly, troopers, like 2 troopers have as much DPS as some enemy heroes will. It's rough. All walkers have the same HP. All the walkers deal the same amount of damage and have the same HP. Walkers have circles for their decreased attack ranges, and you also have decreased ranges that you can attack them from. The outer circle is the range that you can attack from. The inner circle is a stomping warning, and I say warning because it's like if you are in the inner circle, then you are definitely going to get stomped at. They change dash speeds. The ones in bucket 1 have 5% more dash speed. Bucket 2 has 5% less, and bucket 3 has 10% less. Bucket 3 used to be 15%, but it is 10%. So, and they had an overall like sprint speed reduction for a while. The speed of sprinting just was reduced all across the board. And health investments are now fixed and not percentages. So if I get my mouse off the screen, it's straight up fixed to those values. These 4 counters are going to be basically usable against majority of heroes, and you should be able to foot the pit. All right, okay, buddy. You should be able to fit these in most builds. Divine Barrier removes all debuffs, even ultimate debuffs. Toxic Bullets is a spirit scaling percentage-based damage DOT for gun characters, and honestly, some gun hybrid, whatever, mostly hybrid, really. It's even solid on certain spirit characters. Toxic Bullets, and what else? Oh, it also does healing reduction. That's another important part. Slowing Hex prevents movement abilities from being used and slows the target. Curse interrupts channeling, removes all non-ultimate debuffs. I'm sorry, hang on. Interrupt channeling removes all non-ultimate debuffs. Or buffs, not debuffs. Disarms, silences, and prevents you from using items. Curse is goated. You could swap out Divine Barrier in most cases with Debuff Remover. Usually I put Debuff Remover or Divine Barrier, but for some it's like both, and I just didn't feel like putting one. Toxic Bullets can be swapped out with Healbane depending on your build, you know, if you're running Yamato, probably don't want to have to deal with like shooting your target with, you know, M1 to put on Toxic, or to put on Bleed from Toxic Bullets. Yeah, that's not what I want to do. Okay. Victor. Basically, the way Victor works is dealing more damage to you than he does to himself. Aura of Suffering is the main thing. The way it works is that over 10 seconds, the damage will ramp up. I'm pretty sure. I don't know why else the 10 seconds would be here. Over 10 seconds, the damage ramps up from this to this. He deals it to himself, and he deals it to you if you're in the AoE. And basically, he tries to get escalating exposure, anything to lower your spirit resist, and then he just shreds. He does a lot of damage very quickly. The lower his HP is, the more dangerous he becomes. His pain battery heals based on his missing HP, and his jumpstart does damage based on the HP. His jumpstart does damage to him based on the HP that he has. Jumpstart also clears all of his debuffs. You can get it around to a 10-second cooldown. I think it's 7 seconds between each use, and it has 3 charges. Go through the counters. Curse will stop the Aura of Suffering, silence him, disarm him, do everything that Curse does. Silence Wave, if a Victor hasn't bought Debuff Remover, Silence Wave is the way to go. Silencing them. Or Curse into Silence Wave, that's another great one. Toxic Bullets, it clears Spirit Burn. I only put this here because if you can get Curse into Spirit Burn, that's great. Kind of. You can get Silence Wave into Spirit Burn. Toxic Bullets, easily reapplicable. Could also be swapped out with Heal Bane depending on your build. Slumming Hex, keeping Victor away from you is great. It's just what you want. Silencer reduces the target's outgoing spirit damage. So this would reduce Victor's spirit damage from Aura of Suffering and also silence him. Spirit Resilience, as you can see that he takes 70% damage from his Aura of Suffering. You can very easily just buy Spirit Resilience and you and Victor are on even terms. Scourge. If you have a tank that is currently sparring with Victor or fighting with him, just putting Scourge on the tank who is fighting Victor will greatly help the tank. It gives 40% spirit resist to the target and does 3.5 HP per second from nearby targets, I believe. I'm not sure about the per second part, but I know it's somewhere around 3% of HP from nearby targets. Mystic Slow, again, just keeping him slow, keeping him away from you. Crippling Headshot, reducing his, why? Why do we do that? Why did you do that? Why did you do that? Okay. No more mouse, I guess. Or I'll just, yeah, there we go, okay. Crippling Headshot will reduce his incoming healing. Another way that Victor loves to use Aura of Suffering is by popping Infuser on low HP. Low HP specifically. Save your curse for when he pops Infuser, because it will completely remove Infuser and make him waste it entirely. Unless you have your whole team and you're ready to jump him, then just pop it on him immediately and get him out of the way. You usually want 2 curses, one for the first life, one for the second life. Crippling Headshot, though, reduces the healing that he has. It reduces spirit resistance and it reduces bullet resistance. Inhibitor. Reduces incoming healing, reduces outgoing damage. I love Inhibitor. I think this item is sick, and I'm glad that they put it in the game. And I'm glad that it's a green item, too. I like that a lot. I think it makes it very fun and interesting. Fury Trance. Gives, I believe it's 40% bullet lifesteal and 40% spirit resist, which means that if you are a gun character fighting Victor, this will be very good. It will give you more sustain than him, and he'll probably start dealing more spirit damage to himself than he is to you. Especially if you have bought Spirit Resilience or even Enchanter's Emblem. Enchanter's Emblem, the tier 2 green item that gives you 15% spirit resist. Alright, Billy. Billy's a combo hero, which makes Silence Wave great for him. You keep your distance from him. Don't get super close. That's what he wants. Buying rebuttal. Honestly, just buy it in lane, especially if it's like a decent ability that uses quick melee instead of heavy melee. I've seen rebuttal used once in a offensive situation. It was because the enemy team was continuously getting parried so much that our McGinnis said, dude, I'm gonna buy rebuttal just like to kill them quicker. And sure enough, one of them left the match. Who would have guessed? So, but rebuttal will lower the cooldown on your parry, so even if you miss a parry, he can't just keep slipping in his little quick melees that Billy usually does. Also, due to Blasted, he will gain 82 bonus health on melee, and I believe that is per person hit. Not 100% on that. Curse will obviously remove Blasted, the active, so he won't get all of his stupid buffs. Divine Barrier will remove his ults from whoever it is attached to, I believe. And I think the only way it works, I'm pretty sure if you Divine Barrier somebody that is in his line of sight, it will just reattach. If they are out of his line of sight, then it will not reattach, since it still is a little finicky with what it counts as in or out of line of sight. Toxic Bullets. More healing reduction will reduce this blasted on blasted melee. I forgot to include the spirit scaling for this, sorry about that. Crippling Headshot. Again, reduces the bonus health gain, but also, another important thing about this is that it lowers his resistances, and Billy is a tank. It's great for tanks, because Billy is going to be trying to be tanking a lot of hits. Let's just hang on. Just go through this real quick. Inhibitor, healing reduction and damage reduction. Silencer, reduces outgoing damage and silences him. Again, combo hero, needs his abilities up to really do stuff. Slowing Hex, prevents him from using his charge, which is his 2. It's his gap closer. Slowing Hex is a great way to keep your distance. Scourge, again, and I forgot to mention this on Victor, if you are a tank like Moen Krill or a hybrid Abrams, you can run Scourge against Billy. Like, it's gonna deal damage. I mean, even a Calico will run Scourge regularly. Healbane, again, lowering the bonus health. Siphon Bullets, lowering the bonus health. And just the health overall. Decay, lowering the bonus health. I like Decay sometimes. Other times it's not too great. Debuff Remover. This will get rid of the wrecked that he inflicts on you. Not super great against him, but it's always an option. And then Point Blank reduces melee damage. He does have a lot of melee damage in his kit. And another thing would be Torment Pulse. That's also another thing that reduces melee damage and would help. The Doorman. Really not a lot of great counters unless they're running Gun Doorman, which in that case you just Disarming Hex, Metal Skin, Juggernaut. If they are running Bell Doorman, Silencer, Spellbreaker, Warpstone to get away from the Bell. Warpstone in general is nice against Doorman. Suppressors for gun, and toxic bullets overall, because I didn't realize he had that much like HP gain. That's a little nuts. Yeah, no, the Doorman does a ton of damage. His bells do a lot of damage. His gun does a lot of damage, and if he is going door kit, just having Warpstone to get yourself away from him quickly is nice. Also having Curse if he gets in close thinking that he's going to trap you into a Shadow Realm. Keep an eye on where his doors are. Make sure you don't get too close to him, really. And don't like in lane, don't hide behind cover thinking that he won't hit you with one of his bells because 90% of doorman will. They will just hit you from behind cover with a bell. Alright. Close quarters, point blank, any kind of melee resist will help with Drifter. His one rend, I think it's called. It deals a lot of damage. Keep your distance and the whole match stay near people. Like, do not let him get his stacks from his passive. Drifter's like a very, very strange character. I'm gonna be honest. The slot he fills is like a it's just he's a little nuts. And on a coordinated team, like he kind of gets to know where everybody is at all times. And it's a little annoying. Because when you unlock Blood Scent, and it might just be when you first unlock it, you get a blood scent of everybody. So if there's a team fight and like 3 people split off, you get to pick whose trail you follow. It's a long fucking trail, dude. Like I'm gonna be so honest, it's a long trail. I've played as Drifter a couple of times. You can follow somebody for a while, and it lasts for a good bit too. Curse. It will disarm and remove all of his abilities. Divine Barrier. It gets rid of his ult. It cleanses his ult. Toxic Bullets reduces his healing, which he will usually get because drifters usually run melee lifesteal and then use rend. Slowing Hex. It will prevent him from teleporting if he hits you with his 2. It won't actually prevent him from using his, like, 2 and shooting a projectile, though. Metal Skin. If Victor does... Victor. I get those two confused so much, man. If Drifter does end up ambushing you, just pop Metal Skin. Be done with it. Inhibitor. Inhibitor reduces his outgoing damage and incoming healing. If you're on a gun character, it's nice. That's a fitting picture frame for Doorman, I think. Sorry. Juggernaut. It will increase your resistance to being slowed and reduce the speed of enemy heroes shooting you by 40%. So if you buy Juggernaut as a tank, yeah, I mean, even as a non-tank, honestly, it will help a lot with Drifter. Suppressor reduces firing speed. Disarm Hex. Same thing, same idea as Metal Skin. But I guess it's better if Drifter continuously ambushes you. Point Blank gives melee resist. Same thing with Torment Pulse. And Decay. Decay is good on Drifter because if his rend is max level, anybody that he uses his rend on, he's going to be looked to damage to get lifesteal. So after he uses his max level rend, then you use Decay in response. Mina. Mina is a lane nightmare. If we're just keeping it 100. Very, very hard to... Not hard to lane against. Not the easiest though. Usually Minas will have Quicksilver Reload on their Rake. And so when they use Rake, they will get an increased fire rate and they will automatically reload. So just watching that. Watch for when she uses Rake. Because when she uses Rake, that is when in lane you will use Rusted Barrel and counter it. Or even later on in the game, Disarming Hex. Unless you want to rush Disarming Hex in lane, I'm sure it I mean, it's not the best thing in the world, but whatever. You do you. Rushing, slowing Hex and Lane is pretty good though. The reason for this being, it prevents her 2 from being used, so she can't run away. Another hint or useful piece of advice is watching for her love bites. Watch it, making sure that the bar doesn't fill fully up, and also don't get too close to her, thinking that don't get too close to her. Being like, oh, I'm just gonna hide behind this cover, because usually what they'll do is they will use one of their 2 stamina, which they did. Minas do only have 2 stamina. They will dash forward and hit rake, and then they'll use their bats to fall back, and then you've lost 300 HP, not counting what you lost before taking all the damage from her gun in the first place, which isn't a ton, but HP is HP in lane. Curse. It'll stop her ulting. It'll do the disarming. It'll do what it always does, man. Come on. Divine Barrier. Same thing as debuff remover, except it's nicer because preventing love bites is very important. Her ult scales off of her love bites, and so just preventing it altogether is great. Spellbreaker. Later on in the game, she will be dealing a ton of damage, and Spellbreaker will be nice. A ton of spirit damage, specifically. Knockdown. Knockdown will usually force her to use her bats, and if it doesn't, then, well, there's a free knockdown. Debuff remover. Just remove love bites before they proc. That's all there's to it. Silence wave, it will prevent her from using rake or running away with her 2, so there's that. And capacitor. She only has 2 stamina. Will probably have stamina mastery, so if she uses her little bats to get away, her sanguine retreat, I believe, just hit her with capacitor and watch how she can't use any of her 4 stamina that she has. Page. No passives. Nothing too crazy. Just always keep her, like, preoccupied with something else, really. Don't let her be useful to her team. Unstoppable is great. Page will have, more than likely, a knockdown or a slowing hex. Or a curse, actually. So just having an unstoppable for 3 will root you in place, so having unstoppable just to make sure that you don't get hit by any of her nonsense, and you can just straight up go after her is great. Page, another 2 stamina Marty. Using capacitor when she has stamina mastery, or even before she has stamina mastery. I had a Wraith one game that loved to do this to me. Ult me and then immediately hit me with capacitor. Pro tip, she was so trash that she still couldn't kill me. How, bro? Literally, all I can do is walk away from you. So yeah, this will, if you have 2 fingers in a hand on your mouse, this will work. Like capacitor should just render her a free target most of the time. Silencer will reduce our outgoing spirit damage, which, trust, it ain't too great. So you don't have to be worried about the damage, but silencing her is always nice. Silence wave again, just making sure that she can't do her annoying stuff is always nice. And spirit resilience. I mean, she does some spirit damage. Not a ton. I rarely see a Page game where a Page is dealt like half the damage that anybody on their team has, really. It usually is around half. They definitely do like their team's damage and healing, but other than that, yeah. So just have somebody constantly on page, harassing her, bothering her. Eventually it will cause somebody else in the team to have to fall back and deal with whoever is harassing Paige, and it should mess up their team. She does have spirit scaling on her heavy melee, but as you can tell from the melee damage gain, it doesn't really matter. Um, she starts with 2 stamina, gets plus 29 HP, and she starts with like 650 HP, I think. Maybe it might even be 600. Like, she's very. Just once you get to her, you should be good on diving in. Abrams. Gain temporary defensive attributes, takes. Yeah, this is his Infernal Resilience, basically what makes him so hard to kill most of the time. And it regenerates HP based on a percentage of the damage he took over 20 seconds. Keep your distance from Abrams. Watch out for his charges, which can be silenced with slowing X, and parry any punches if you can. Although Abrams this patch have been running gun, so normally I don't know if next patch the devs say, hey, Abrams, we don't like you playing gun, use your fists more, then rebuttal is going to be a nice buy. But if not, then feel free to just go with the thing that's here right now. Siphon bullets will reduce his max HP. As you can see, he gets a decent chunk of HP every level. Decay is great for when he uses his one. I forget what it's called. It's like Soul Siphon or something like that. Something like that. But when he pops his one, popping Decay is always nice. Disarming Hex, if he's in close with you. Metal Skin. The thing about Metal Skin is that a lot of Eternus players swear up and down by it. Or don't swear up and down by it, but they buy it a lot. And the thing I will say is that a lot of gun characters, this patch in particular, there's a lot of gun characters with without any particular spirit like side effect, like Abrams, Grey Talon, Viscous. None of them really have built-in passives, and they are the big gun characters this patch surprisingly. So Metal Skin will definitely help, and it will help reduce bullet damage just in general. Who else do we got? Crippling Headshot, great against tanks. It will reduce his incoming healing and reduce his resistances. Toxic Bullets, again, this or Heal Bane or Spirit Burn, all of which will do a number on Abrams. Slowing Hex prevents him from using his charge. And Point Blank for melee resistance, Torment Pulse works as well. Bebop, don't ever stand still, he will hook you, even if you don't see him. The Majestic Leap isn't nearly as much of a concern as Veilwalker is. If he buys Veilwalker, then just maybe, sorry about that. Maybe chill out on like just walking around solo dolo. Stay far away. During lane, don't let him put his bomb on you. Just don't. It's not fun. Make it to where he has to put it on a minion and then he has to punch the minion. Do that. That's much, much better. Trust. I'm pretty sure it's 0.3 bullet resist he gains per level. Or somewhere around there. In the most recent patch, his sticky bombs got spirit scaling. The scaling got scaling, by the way, not just the damage, the scaling. So that's a fun one. Curse. Just preventing him from using anything is great. It will also stop his ult, Divine Barrier. Usually, if you, especially in lower ranks and people refuse to buy debuff remover, just getting an early Divine Barrier will help out your team a lot and slow Bebop scaling a lot. Especially because in lower ranks it takes Bebops a while to realize that, oh, this person is like removing my bomb stacks from people. I've been echo sharding everybody and I've been like getting them all wiped. And as you can tell, this is a low cooldown. This is a low, 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 low cooldown. Like, don't go in there just thinking that you're gonna manhandle Bebop. And it is retroactive. This is a retroactive number, which means that when Bebop gets like 100 stacks on you in lane, he can buy like one spirit item, and those 100 stacks, become like 110 stacks now. Which doesn't sound crazy until he's got like 4 fucking tier 4 spirit items, and it's like 250 stacks, and you're like, what do you mean? I only let him hit me like, 50 times with his bombs. He also thrives in early team fights due to the sticky bomb nonsense. Debuff remover early. Some characters can build debuff remover in lane and not really sacrifice much, so if you have the luxury to do so, I would suggest doing so against Bebop. It is going to cut his damage greatly. And it is going to force him to start putting the bombs on himself and charging towards you, which is good, because then you can just start chipping him down while he's doing that. Toxic bullets, he's tanky. Very, very, very tanky. So getting some reduction. Also another thing for decay is that his max level ults, it has lifesteal, so putting decay on him while he's ulting on max level is great. You could rescue beam people from his hook. If he grabs somebody, you can use rescue beam. A lot of Bebops have been running melee items recently, so point blank is just going to cut melee damage, torment pulse as well, and knockdown. Knockdown will stop him from ulting completely. Could also put some space between him and another person on your team. So yeah, those are the Bebop counters. Majestic Leap, the way it works, Bebop double bombs himself, and then basically he puts 2 bombs on himself and then just jumps into your team. That's it. Calico. Gonna keep it real. I had a really annoying Calico a couple of games ago. Was demolishing me in lane. Am I gonna tell you I wish I knew these tips beforehand? No, because even if I did, there's literally nothing I could have done. I hate Calico, especially in lane. So much, so. Like on the person that can get the earliest heal bane, characters like Shiv and Seven, need to go against Calico because her heal in lane is like gross. It's, oh my, she gets so much HP. But listen for the Ava meow. When she meows and there's a team fight going on, that means she's probably about to go dive into your team. Don't get close to her at all. There's no need. Whether she's going gun or spirit or melee, just don't get close. Make sure that she has basically constant heal reduction, and she goes for heavy melee, make sure you parry it, because she will die. This is not the tankiest character. Fury Trance and Scourge both give the spirit resist and will deal damage to her. Fury Trance will allow you to brawl with her better. Counterspell, basically counterspell against combo characters like her is nice because what she likes to do is go in there and basically spam everything all at once. And counterspell stays up for a little bit, so you can counter a bunch of things at once. What's the next one? Curse. Curse is curse. I don't know. I don't think it brings her out of it ultimate though. Not 100% sure on that. Spellbreaker. Honest or spirit resilience of any kind, really. Just reducing the damage she deals to you is going to be nice. Silence Wave, if she's in Ava, if she's in cat form, using Silence Wave and just making sure that she can't, like, immediately dive into you is going to be nice. Point Blank, melee resist. Also Torment Pulse. She does deal melee damage quite a bit, and just cutting that out is nice. And Slowing Hex. Slowing Hex will prevent her from using Ava, her leap, and her ults. And if you want Toxic Bullets for the healing reduction, then go for it. I just removed it because she isn't really the tankiest of characters, so it's not going to be great in the damage department per se. You could also use Decay on her if you see her in cat form coming, then just decay her before she gets to you. It'll reduce her healing by a lot. Dynamo. He's cool. This patch running a hybrid Dynamo is cool. Will it be next patch? No clue. Low-key, my prediction for next patch is that they will take the bullet invest from 4.8k to 6.4k. I forgot to put that into the intro. Oh my goodness. Hang on. My dearest apologies. Back here. Another detail for returning players, they have lowered the spirit and gun, and I'm sure as you can see, I think HP investment as well? Question mark? Not too sure about that one. Gun investment spike is 4.8k. Spirit investment spike used to be 4.8k, but it was considered too strong. And so now it is only 6.4, I believe. And health spike is 4.8k. So there's that. Who are we on? Dynamo. Dynamo. Curse will interrupt his ults. And if you keep his health low, he won't really ult anyhow, because you do need a decent amount of HP on Dynamo to ult safely. Toxic Bullets, he's tanky. Toxic Bullets hurt. They reduce his healing. Toxic Bullets hurt. I take it from me. I've played a lot of Dynamo. Toxic Bullets hurt, man. Slowing Hex, usually a Bebop's favorite item to buy when they're facing a Dynamo. What they'll do is they'll buy Slowing Hex and then they'll put the bomb on you like it's the greatest own they've ever done. I've seen a Bebop avoid like my whole fucking team just to put a bomb on me with Slowing Hex like they own me or something, man. It's the weirdest thing ever. Knockdown, again, just getting that ult to end a little bit sooner is always great. Colossus, Dynamo already has slow dash speed and a big hitbox. Slowing it even further using Colossus is... Ooh, it's rough. It's rough when you're playing Dynamo. A Silencer, making sure that he can't use his abilities. Nice. Reducing his outgoing spirit damage. Also nice. Fury Trance, along with Scourge. Scourge, since it does percentage-based damage, great for Dynamo. And it gives you that 40% spirit resist, also great for fighting Dynamo. Because even though he is hybrid, he is still mostly spirit. Silence Wave. I'm sorry, I hope that wasn't loud. Just, again, same thing as Silencer. Not letting him use his ability, not letting him use his Quantum Entanglement, his team-wide invulnerable teleport is nice. Not letting him use his Stomp, his Heal, or his ult. Spirit Burn. It really... If you can get him while he's trying to heal his team or while he's trying to heal himself, Spirit Burn reduces it to almost nothing. Spellbreaker. No, same thing could be said for Decay, by the way. If you want to grab a Decay instead of Spirit Burn, pop it on him while he's healing. It's nice. Spellbreaker, great for Dynamo, especially since he doesn't really have like a form of spirit damage in between his stomps. It's really just the stomps. Spellbreaker's gonna be a go-to. And Rescue Beam, you can pull somebody out of his ult. You want to keep your team slightly spaced apart for the ult as well. Just make sure that you can't get your whole fucking team grabbed in one ult. It's really embarrassing. staying up in higher areas, like in the lane, staying on the little boxes over towards green, or on yellow, like the sacks or whatever. Just or standing on the bridge. Um, in front of like each guardian, there's like a little in front of the two or like between the two stairs that lead up to each guardian. There's usually like a thing that you can stand on to avoid majority of his waves. Dynamos will also usually forecast their waves by pulses, kinetic, stop, whatever, man. They'll forecast it by dash jumping and using kinetic surge. And if you are playing as Dynamo, remember you can always kinetic surge lasts for 8 seconds. Don't feel the need to rush it. You don't have to. Great Talon. I don't like him. I don't like him this ult. I don't. I've had a rough day, man. I don't like him this patch. I didn't like him last patch. Let's just keep it up. Let's just keep it a buck. I don't think anybody's really ever gonna appreciate Great Talon too much. An early knockdown is nice. He does start with 4 stam. Fuck Great Talon. And make sure that if you see his owl going somewhere, just type owl in the chat. Like at the very least, man. Or say it on the mic, you know? Anything, even, I mean, saying where it's going is great. I just usually type owl because I don't feel like getting on the mic 24/7. But yeah. Curse, it will disrupt his ult. It will disarm him. It will silence him. You don't need me to run through the whole list. Come on now. Warpstone, you can use this as a last minute getaway from his owl. Spellbreaker is a good one for Spirit Talon, but Talons are rarely going Spirit nowadays. Slowing Hex, it will prevent him from using his stupid leap into the air. And it's not cool. It gives him a lot of stats and a lot of buffs, and I don't like that. Counterspell, another great one for the owl. Plated armor, it's a nice one against Talon. It's nice against all gun characters if we're just keeping it a buck, but plated armor, bullet resistance, or plated armor, bullet resistance, disarming hex is another one. I don't know, why did I put that there? I guess curse is there because it disarms as well. So yeah, disarming hex, metal skin. The thing I will say about metal skin is if you see a whole enemy team that is spirit, don't go buying fucking metal skin for just talent. I saw an Eternus player do this shit, dude. I saw an Eternus play, it was a whole enemy spirit team, and they went and bought metal skin. Like, what are you doing, bro? It's one guy. Just buy disarming hex. I get it because it's a green item and you need the HP, but like, I just don't get it. Knockdown. This will get him out of the sky. Curse will also get him out of the sky, I believe. It's good. Capacitor. Once that motherfucker touches the ground, capacitor him immediately. Don't let him run away. Don't let him just stay 0 deaths the whole game. No, kill him. Kill him. Murder him. He deserves it. Look at him. Pretending to be an old lady. Haze. Haze is cool. I like Haze. Not because I play Haze, but I don't know. I just think Haze is cool. A lot of different ways you can play her. If she gets close to you, use... I can't tell if I should run through the counters first or run through the note. I think I just run through the counters first. Curse, same old, same old. It interrupts the ult. It disarms her. Divine Barrier, and a buff remover. Both will remove her stacks, her fixation stacks, which I have put nicely here on the screen, or put snugly. It's a very snug fit. Knockdown will also interrupt her ult. Plated armor. Plated armor has I believe it's a 30% chance to deflect bullets and a 50% chance to prevent on-hit effects. Or it might be a 50%, it's something around there. Basically, it's a double whammy for Haze. because not only will it reflect bullets, but it also has a very decent chance of canceling the on-hit effects as well, which means that for haze, this fixation that every bullet has, you won't have to deal with. You won't have to deal with it. Like, really, you won't. You won't have to deal with it because plated armor, it fucks her so bad, dude. I love plated armor against Haze. I think that's why I love Haze, because she literally does have one counter, and the way that everybody loves to play her as like this godsend carry, plated armor just makes such a goddamn joke, dude. Return fire. Why did I say this? I don't know. I don't know why I put this here. I'm sorry. I apologize. Healbane. It's nice just having a little bit of like healing reduction on Haze, making sure that she doesn't get a full like heal off of damaging you. It's always nice, especially if you have Torment Pulse or something like that. Disarming Hex. If she gets close, use Disarm Hex. Don't let her get stacks. And once she has like a decent amount of stacks, like we're talking 40 stacks, I would say, immediately use Debuff Remover. Just getting Debuff Reducer actually helps a lot. It will reduce this 6 point. Thank you for saving me. It will reduce the 7.68 second time to a little bit lower. I think something around like 7.1 probably. No, it would be like let's just 7. It would be like 6.9 something seconds. So yeah, that's cool, right? Right. And another thing is suppressor, lowering her fire rate. Really, that's all Haze wants. Haze wants fire rate. That's about that. Haze doesn't really care about damage because the fixation does the damage for her. And she has a ton of ammo, so you can just dump into suppressor. Is there somebody's... Yeah. Spirit scaling. 8% of spirit will convert to bullet damage. Cool. And another thing. Metal Skin. Letting Haze get her stacks up, then popping Metal Skin is a strategy. Here's the thing about Metal Skin. You will not take bullet damage. It does fucking build stacks. If you pop Metal Skin against Haze, and she's just standing there shooting you, and her health isn't going down, then buddy, start fucking praying, bro. Because she's just gonna keep loading your ass full of bullets, and then when that Metal Skin ends, you're gonna have like 40 stacks on you, and she's just gonna keep loading you full of bullets, except these bullets are dealing like, you know, fucking 30 damage a pop. Like, I don't know what you... Metal Skin is... It's a choice. Holiday. Who isn't my favorite, but I like her a lot more after finding out that she only has 2 stam. The capacitor one. Listen for her using her bounce pad, stay evasive, and watch for ult. So in lane, listen for the bounce pad because that means she's either about to throw a barrel or she's about to just straight up land on you and then shoot you in the head or ult you. So yeah, in lane, just listen for bounce pad. And all around too, it'll tell you when she's nearby or when she's like trying to get away from somebody. Curse will disrupt her ult. Divine Barrier. I don't know why I put this here. Divine Barrier does not help with her ults. Ignore this. It doesn't do anything for you. Or maybe her ult counts as a debuff, and I don't think it does, man. I'm gonna keep it 100. Plated armor. Also bullet resilience will work well against Holiday. As you can see, the crack shot, which is her passive, the damage scales the spirit, but it's bullet damage. Don't ignore that. it is bullet damage, which means that Metal Skin is a good item for Holiday. Another good item, Slowing Hex. It will prevent her from using her bounce pads or jump pads. I forget what they're called, man. Knockdown. It will stop her from using her ults. It will stop her ult in its tracks and free the person. Rescue Beam. Stop the ult in its tracks, or not stop the ult, but it will pull that person away from the ult. Disarming Hex. Again, just prevents Holiday from shooting. It's nice, right? Suppressor lowers her fire rate. Fire rate doesn't really need to be lowered, but you get the point, I think. And Capacitor. Prevents stamina usage. I'm not really sure if holidays go for stamina mastery or not, but the world may never know, I guess. Infernus is debuff focused as of right now. Sometimes you'll encounter dash build, and if you do, just buy like Spellbreaker. Really, Spellbreaker hits Infernus hard. And the reason for this is because Spellbreaker reduces... I'm sorry. Spellbreaker reduces debuff. It increases debuff resistance. So does debuff remover, and divine barrier does not increase debuff resistance. But usually what an Infernus will do is they will run every debuff known to man, and they will have mega duration extender. So putting divine barrier on somebody is going to be nice. Debuff remover is going to be also nice to have. Slowing Hex, they can't use their dash. Plated armor, it will prevent buildup per bullet because it ignores some of the bullet buildup, or it ignores some of the on-hit effects from some bullets. So there's that. Disarming Hex stops him from shooting. He can't put on any DOT. Suppressor slows his fire rate, makes it take longer for him to put on DOT. And Juggernaut. This slows his fire rate if he's shooting at you, and slows the rate of DOT. Unstoppable also has a debuff resist increase, so it'll increase your resistance to debuffs. Cutting it a little close on time there, partner, huh? Ivy, a little bit tankier than you'd expect. Watch out for this totem form in lane and just overall. When your team of ult, don't stand in kudzu. I said Tay instead of they. Come on, man. Bro, you should have seen this you should have seen PowerPoint correcting me for every fucking little spelling mistake, and they didn't want to correct me on Tay, really? Yeah, fuck this, dude. Hang on. No, because now I'm going to pull up the actual, like, thing. Yeah, no. It's not even saying it in, like, the non-PowerPoint. It's just letting it be. Alright, whatever, dude. Hey, to get heal bane or heal reduction of some kind. What the fuck was I on? Okay. Ignore this. I don't know what this is or what autocorrect did. But make sure to get heal bane or heal reduction of some kind on her before she uses stone form. Stone form heals, like, I'm pretty sure damn near 20% of her max HP every time she uses it on an 18 fucking second cooldown. Like, what is that, bro? She's tanky and has great sustain. Don't stand in kudzu. It deals a lot more damage than you'd want it to. And if an Ivy is running kudzu build, then you will literally... Kudzu also slows like crazy. It slows like crazy. It's not good to stand in. It really just isn't for any reason. Like, just don't charge through it. Don't tank it. Do not tank it. Divine Barrier. It will remove her ult silence that it does. And I think that's really about it. It also removes like the Kudzu stuff naturally. The Kudzu debuffs. Slowing Hex prevents her from using her ults, I believe. No, I know. I know it does. Curse, it will disrupt her ult. And I think that's really about it. I mean, it also prevents her from shooting if she goes gun build. Most IVs are hybrids, though. So, Healbane, Spirit Burn, Toxic Bullets. Take your pick. Why didn't I put Toxic Bullets in here? Ivy's stupidly tanky for her size. Spirit Resilience, because most IVs will be doing a decent chunk of spirit damage. And Silence Wave. Just having a nice little Silence Wave there is always nice for an IV, reducing the amount of damage that she can do. Suppressor, slowing her fire rate. Disarming X, preventing her from firing. Also, like, just imagine an image of Toxic Bullets there, here. Okay, alright, I'll just go, yeah. Kelvin! No, I've been joking around a lot that I actually don't like heroes. I don't mind Kelvin, honestly, anymore. I haven't really seen him, like, do much annoying shit other than be Kelvin, really. Knockdown can cancel his Ice Path, which means Curse can too. It's stupidly tanky. Ridiculously tanky. Like, actually. You think Dynamo is bad? You wouldn't believe how miserable Kelvin is. Well, he doesn't output the best damage. He has plenty of sustain. This is also true. He has a ton of sustain. His ult is one of the best defensive tools in the entire game. He's just, he's Kelvin. Curse. Yep. You know what it does. It interrupts his Ice Path. It should probably also interrupt his Ice Beam if I had to imagine. And it silences him. Debuff Remover. He will slow you, and his grenades do apply a stamina regain reduction at max level, so debuff removing that is nice. Toxic Bullets. On him, wonderful. Healing reduction, and not having to deal with his tanky ass. Slowing Hex prevents him from using Ice Path. Crippling Headshot lowers his damage, lowers his outgoing healing. It's great. It is great and good fun, and we all love Crippling Headshot, right? Right. Especially against tanks like Kelvin, who have built-in Spirit Resist. Silence Wave. Silences him. It's really nice. He can't do much if he's silenced. He kind of sucks otherwise, let's be honest. You ever seen a Kelvin kill you with his fucking icicles? I haven't this patch. I haven't seen much of Kelvin this patch, really. Fury Trance gives you Spirit Resist. Same thing with Scourge. Scourge and Fury Trance. Scourge is, I think, better than Fury Trance. Maybe not. Kelvin's not likely to be getting in super close range unless he puts you in the Thunderdome. Which in that case, be happy that you have Scourge. Decay. I like Decay. I don't really even have like a great time to use it against Kelvin. I guess if it looks like he's about to dome, using Decay can definitely do some work. Healbane, again, just constantly reducing the amount of healing he outputs. Get rid of that sustain. Spirit Resilience, in case he's like actually trying to deal some kind of damage to you, or he is. Siphon Bullets, reducing his max HP, always nice. And Knockdown, canceling that Ice Path. Lady Geist. Ult is incredibly counterable. I feel kind of bad because it gets countered so much so frequently. Usually just by her dying before she actually gets to, like, use it fully. Yeah. Basically, I hate when Lady Geist gets fed. It's just, like, the most annoying hero to deal with. She's great at 1v1s. And she's great at 1v1s. She's great at team fights. She's great at long range. She's great at close range. Here's the thing, she's not the best at a single one of them. I feel very confident saying this, that she gets outmatched in almost every single one of these things. She's great at all of them. There's at least two characters, I think, that outmatch her in every single one of these regards. Scourge, again, great against tanks. Scourge or... I'm sorry. Fury Trance, one of the two, depending on your build. Again, you can put Scourge on other people as well, so if you are support, you can always go Scourge. Divine Barrier will remove her, I'm sorry. It will remove her, leech, her life drain thing that she has. Curse, it will also remove her life drain thing that she has going. And it will disarm her, which Geist, another one of the ones that just loves to, like, you know, fucking run hybrid build. Everybody's running hybrid. Who would have guessed? Divine Barrier. I already went over it. Toxic Bullets. Reduce her healing. Reduce her max HP on a percentage-based level. Not max HP, but current HP on a percentage-based level. Inhibitor. Reduces her outgoing damage, reduces her incoming healing. Love it. Next, Plated Armor. Plated Armor is great this patch particularly because Lady Geist's gun is fucking broken. It has been for a very long time, I'm pretty sure. She goddamn sneezes and it takes away 2/3 of your HP. Alright, Scourge. I already went over it. Crippling Headshot. Reduces healing. Reduces resist to all types. Next, Decay. Decay. Another life drain counter. If she's going for life drain, or if you think she's going for life swap, I believe heal reduction works on life swap. Siphon Bullets, again, very tanky. She likes having a lot of max HP. Draining it down is nice. Healbane, and just keeping that lifesteal down is nice. Counterspell for her ult. Trust me. I have seen it done before. Have I done it myself? No. How to run counterspell, like almost ever. I probably should start doing it. It's good. It works. If you can hit the parries, it works. I know that for a fact. I played Mo and Krill once, had a Yamato regularly counterspelling my ults. Really, it didn't tilt me since we were winning, but you know, I was just like, it's just a good player. And Disarming X, since a hybrid build in her gun deals a stupid amount of damage. Lash, surprisingly tanky. He will dive in, and once he does, use Slowing Hex and have your team jump him. If he goes for ults, curse him or use knockdown. Me personally, I prefer curse. It just feels better. Curse also usually lets him like lift your team up, but not actually slam them, which is even better because then his whole team gets ready to unleash and they just realize they don't got it. Or Dynamo like ults early or something. It's just curse is so. Also, I just like I like curse really. I will usually just save up for curse instead of knockdown. If my team's getting wiped out by a single lash ult before I can get curse, I think it's a deserved GG, honestly. Oh, another thing, Kelvin had 1.3 spirit power increase. And Ivy gets 1.2. Just thought I'd point that out. Ivy's still very weak though. Yeah, Toxic Bullets, he's tanky. His vlog also does a nice little bit of lifesteal for him. Curse, as I mentioned already, Slowing Hex is another nice one. Prevents him from using his ropes to get away. Rescue Beam, you can pull somebody out of his ult, I'm pretty sure. Not 100% on that one, but I don't see why you couldn't. Knockdown, that'll get him out of his ult, and also just like get him out of the sky, kinda. Decay. The thing about Decay is that it's Decay. I mean, use it if you see him about to go for something like crazy, but Decay I actually shouldn't have put here. It's not too big on Lash. Spellbreaker. This will give you debuff resist, which is great for Lash because Lashes love to run toxic bullets, or they did at least a little bit back. And yeah, they love to run toxic bullets, so you get the debuff resist, and you also don't have to deal with taking a ton of damage from his slam because Spellbreaker will help with that. Silence Wave. Lash is a character that can't do much without his kit, so silencing him is another great way to immobilize him and render him near useless. He can still punch the shit out of you. Counterspell. After Lash, you can use this against Lash ult, or after he ults you, you can just counterspell, and that's that. McGinnis. Her ult is easy to rush down. I'll just, like, really the tip that I learned was just running ahead of her while she fucking ults. McGinnis always looks so stupid trying to ult when somebody's running at her. It's like, it is the worst look for McGinnis in existence, bro. It's like actually the most auraless thing ever. And I don't say that lightly. I mean it, dude. There is no greater aura loss in this game than ulting as McGinnis and not being immediately under a Guardian because somebody can just run you down. Not even a Guardian, a fucking Walker, dude. Like, you have to be behind cover. Like, you have to be in cover. Like, and the way she dashes away while she's ulting too, oh man, it looks really bad. Hers lose to burst damage, so it's like punching any burst spirit. Or like if you have a kinetic dash, active reload, those things can also help burst down a McGinnis turret. Making sure she doesn't get her full setup, by the way. Like if you see a McGinnis with 3 turrets and her fucking healing beacon down, unless you could kill all 3 of those turrets in one fell swoop, don't go anywhere near it. Just don't. Because I'm telling you, it's the most miserable thing ever, dude. Those turrets will eat you alive. It's not fun. Don't let her get set up. She only has 2 stam, capacitor, another capacitor one, and silence to prevent walling off so she can't really escape is great, and making sure that she can't interfere with other people escaping is also great. Curse. It will disrupt her ults. Her bad ults, which it ults so bad I didn't even put knockdown in here. That's crazy. Divine Barrier. It usually on people do ult build, which is why I told you that you can just rush down her ult. But if she buys Lightning Scroll, make sure you buy Debuff Remover. Divine Barrier will also remove all the debuffs from her stupid turrets if she goes turret build and decides to just debuff the hell out of your whole team. Toxic Bullets. Toxic Bullets. She's tanky. She does have a very good heal. Making sure that gets chomped down a little bit is great. Monster Rounds and Cult of Sacrifice. The reduction to incoming enemy, the reduction to incoming turret damage is nice. Spirit Resilience. Unless she's going gun, if she is going gun, then just go plated armor, make your life easier. Inhibitor. Reduces her healing, reduces her damage. Debuff Remover. I already covered this one, I think. It will also help for turret builds, not just ult builds, because turret builds will have a shit ton of debuffs stacked up. Decay. If you can predict when she's about to use her Medicinal Scepter, Decay helps a lot. Because I'm not 100% on this. But I'm pretty sure the way that it works is it's like I think Medicinal Scepter is different than most healing abilities. And it's once you use it, however much it's supposed to heal, it's going to heal no matter the healing reduction that gets under. I don't know. I genuinely have no clue. That's going to be something I'm going to research after this because I'd love to know whether or not I should put DK on before or while she's doing it. Disarming Hex, if she's going unbuild, you know how to use it. Silence Wave, make sure she doesn't use that goddamn wall. And Capacitor, don't let her escape. Make sure that that Stamina Mastery is wasted completely. Oh, I don't like Mirage. This is the genuine character I don't like at all. I don't like his kit. I don't like fighting him. Boo. Boo Mirage. Can we all get some boos for Mirage? Bro is not fun. Look at him. Serious ass. And for what? So Mirage. If you hear him ulting, warn your team about it. If you see him ulting, warn your team about it. He has Slumming Hex, or Slowing Hex and Silence will prevent his Tornado. Tornado has around a 15-second cooldown, and he will only have to ult if he burns Tornado for escaping. So really just playing around his Tornado, making sure that he does not... Please make sure he does not get the max fucking multiplier on his Jin's mark. Because this shit is so vile to take max damage from, bro. I'm not kidding. It has a 50% spirit scaling on the damage. Like, don't fuck around with it. Curse. Do I need to explain? I'm pretty sure Curse will also knock him out of his ult, which is nice. It also disarms him. Divine Barrier. It removes the stacks of Jin's mark that he has put on his targets. Slumming Hex prevents him using Tornado and escape. Spirit Resilience. It's great for not taking a shit ton of damage on his mark. And Plated Armor, it's great for preventing him from building up his mark too much. Suppressor lowers fire rate, less mark. Disarming Hex prevents him from shooting, less mark. Silence Wave prevents him from running away using his stupid beetles. I'm not even talking about the beetles, honestly. Fuck the beetles. Not the band, his beetles, his scarab beetles. I don't care about them. Another reason I don't like him, I don't even know what the hell the beetles do. I get hit by them every now and then, and I'm like, oh wow. Gee whiz, I'm taking 80 damage over the course of fucking a minute, bro. Like, what are we doing? Really? Really? This is what we're doing? 80 damage over the course of 1 minute? It's just irritating me. Debuff Remover. Again, great for Jin's mark. And Juggernaut. It slows him when he shoots at you. It slows his shooting when he shoots at you. Yeah. Keep your distance from Mo and Krill. Don't dogpile him with your team. In lane, you have to starve him of HP and use his large hitbox to your advantage. Don't dogpile him ever with your team. I feel like dogpiling him unless he is cursed or silenced. He will literally just gain all of his HP back. And that's that. And he will just run away. Like, that's what Mo does. That's what you do on Mo. And Krill. Don't forget the and Krill there. It's there. Trust. You just gotta zoom in. Alright, so Curse. It will stop him from ulting. Also stay away from him. Don't let him grab you. If you got low HP, do not let him grab you. He has the highest HP scaling in the game. Toxic Bullets is going to be a huge one. Divine Barrier will get rid of the debuffs that he has. Scorn applies a debuff where he deals more damage to his targets. And he also has the Sandblast, which disarms. Mystic Slow. Again, keeping him away from you. Keeping your distance with Mystic Slow. It's a nice one. Toxic bullets, highest HP in the game. Getting some percentage damage does work on Mo. It's always a scary thing to see your health start ticking with toxic on Mo. And it also does healing reduction. Suppressor. In lane, he will have QSR. QSR will give him a lot of bullet range, or not range, but a lot of range to basically just never stop firing. Like it's almost 24/7 uptime on Mo's gun, or Mo and Krill's gun. So there's that. Crippling headshot. He's a tank. It lowers his healing. It lowers his resistances. Knockdown. It'll get him out of burrow. It will stop his ult. Curse will also get him out of burrow. Here's one thing. Slowing Hex does not prevent burrow. Do not make that mistake. Spirit Resilience, you won't need to worry about Mo's gun except for like in lane. And even then, I wouldn't bother fucking counter buying it. It's kind of a joke. Like any point after lane, really. Or after you bought like 2 green items. Debuff remover. Just getting the disarm off of you or scoring 10% damage from Mo. Rescue beam. You can pull people from Mo ults. And very distinctly, Mo will never let go of his target. You can pull Mo. You can pull Mo with the target, or you can pull the target with Mo. Both teams. Like, you will fucking pull Mo in. That's just how it goes. Heal Bane, again, making sure that he doesn't get heal up, spirit burn, toxic bullets, all that good stuff, and decay. If you see him tunneling, and you see him getting ready to go in for a scorn, just hit him with decay. Make your day easier. Paradox. Yippee! I like Paradox. Cool. Very cool. Very fun to play. A lot of different playstyles. We have Curse, which, again, Curse is actually really only good as a disarm and a silence, but it does prevent item usage as well, so Curse is just going to be top counter for everybody, honestly, always. There's only one character on this list that people will always tell you to buy Curse for, and, like, genuinely, oh, fucking Captain No Counters, bro. Divine Barrier. Don't tank the time bombs. Do not tank the time bombs. Don't tank the time bombs. Just because they're not dealing a shit ton of damage doesn't mean you tank the time bombs. Don't stand in the time bombs. Whether she's going gun, ult, debuff, time bomb. I don't care. Don't stand in the time bombs. Don't. Because if she's going gun and you stand in those time bombs, she's gonna headshot you once. You're gonna lose like 90% of your fucking HP and you're gonna die. And you're gonna be like, what? How did that happen? It's because her time bombs have one of the craziest debuffs in this whole game. Divine Barrier and debuff remover are gonna be great. Counterspell, her ult is very counterspellable if you have the reaction time. I would never go counterspell. Metal Skin, this is because bullet paradox, gun paradox, I don't usually see running a like debuff, really. I'm sure she does sometimes, but I don't personally see it a whole lot. I'm sorry, I just blanked. Decay. Again, if you see her doing the setup for her ult, you can just pop Decay. It'll help. Honestly, if a player knows what Decay does, it might make her not ult, because she will just, like, not get much HP back from that. Decay is basically an on-demand Spirit Burn if you don't reach the Spirit Burn requirement. It doesn't last as long, though. Do beware. Spirit Resilience. Oh, I should have put Toxic Bullets here, too. Fuck, she 45 base health? What? What? Oh, she starts with low HP, though. Okay, never mind. Spirit Resilience. Again, just reducing the spirit damage. There's always going to be spirit damage. Silencer. Paradox can't do much without her full kit at her disposal. Kinetic Carbine is like one of her greatest ways of dealing damage. Even if she goes into gun build, she's still going to need the rest of her kit to deal a full amount of damage. And debuff remover, again, getting the debuff from the time bombs off of you is always great. If you see full gun, go metal skin. Disarming hex. If you see spirit, go debuff remover. Spirit resilience, silencer, you know. Pocket. Basically, pocket is like peak pussy mode, kind of. A little. Not to like the extent that some characters can play for sure. Because at the end of the day, as pocket, you do have to end up in the enemy's face. There's a lot of characters that just genuinely don't. They just don't end up in the enemy's face. They actually go, hey, I'm just going to stay at like 20 meters away from you, and I'm going to sit there and I'm going to shoot you the whole game, and then the second you get near me, I'm going to immediately run away. Curse. Basically what we're doing with Curse is we are going to wait for him to dive in, and then immediately curse him. He will probably use Majestic Leap. You wait for him to use Majestic Leap, you curse him. You kill him. Divine Barrier removes his ult from people. Removes his ult debuff. Slumming Hex. Prevents him from teleporting to his cloak. He can throw his cloak, though. That's the thing. He can still throw his cloak with Slumming Hex, so he just can't teleport to it. So you want to wait for him to throw his cloak and then use Slumming Hex. Knockdown, again. Just, you know, it'll usually force him to use his case or teleport out. Silence Wave. The second he exits his case, Silence Wave his ass. Do it. Suggestions for in lane, because he is a good laner. Just kind of stay away from him, really. Watch out for the cloak, it's pretty big. It has a big hitbox. And just stay back. You don't have to get too close to him, ever, really. When he starts, like, using his little barrage of, like, orbs that he sends launching at you, usually tries to aim them at the ground near you since they have such a low projectile speed. And usually they aim them where you are going next, rather than, like, just where you are. So, go one way, dash the other way, and just, like, kind of jump around a bit. You'll dodge them well enough. Now, the reason you want to dodge his barrage is because it increases the damage that he puts out. Debuff remover. So here's the thing. It won't remove his debuff. His ult. It will lower the time of his ult, though, which is nice. Spellbreaker will also lower the time of his ult, and counterspell. Pocket's another one that likes to spam everything at once, so if you can just counterspell it, that's a ton of HP you just saved yourself by pressing F. 7! Have a knockdown ready for his ult. Make sure he doesn't have a good early game if he gets fed early game. It's not GG's exactly, but him, Geist, and Mina have to be some of the worst characters to feed early game, bro. Especially Mina. But, like, him and Geist, too, are some ones that I don't want fed early game. And Victor. Have knockdown ready for his ult. Use disarm. If he's going, power surge build. So basically curse, knock him out of his ult, and if he has power surge going, it will disarm him. Divine Barrier. Usually 7s will go lightning scroll, ult build. Well, not usually, but sometimes. So just getting Divine Barrier put on somebody on your team that doesn't have debuff remover yet, maybe, will save their life. Slowing Hex for him, just slow him down. As you can see, he has plenty of spirit scaling on that damn move speed. Have I skipped much more spirit scaling? No, I really haven't, have I? Damn. That's a lot less spirit scaling than I thought. Alright. Spirit scaling on move speed though. So slowing him down. Decay. When he ults, also popping decay if you don't have an available knockdown or available curse. You've been using it on other people. If you don't have an available decay. If you don't have the top two available, using decay before he ults, usually 7s will pop Infuser, and popping decay to counter it it'll help out a lot. Return fire. I don't know, man. If you really want to just stand there and fucking load 7 full of bullets while he's ulting, which by the way, while 7 ults, he gains a ton of spirit resist. And actually, this is going to be like the first time I'm pausing my recording. My apologies, I just wanted to make sure that they did not turn his 3 into a passive, Power Surge into a passive. But yeah, Spirit Resilience, again, he's always going to be dealing spirit damage. He's not going to be dealing a shit ton of gun damage ever, really. It's always going to be heavy spirit, so Spirit Resilience will always be great against 7. Debuff Remover for removing his stun that he has. Disarming Hex for I'm sorry. I'm drawing a bit of a blank here. Disarming Hex for Power Surge, just making sure that he can't get his Tesla bullet shots off. Another great one. Juggernaut, slowing his firing rate during Power Surge is great. And Knockdown. It works against everybody kinda, but 7 especially for the ults, and when he pops Power Surge, just reducing that duration by just a bit helps a lot. Spirit scaling on his move speed. Yes, that is move speed, not sprint speed. Gonna see another character that definitely doesn't need it. Shiv. Dude's got 3 different builds, and I'm just gonna run through those first. I say 3 and I forgot one of them. Super duper embarrassing. Am I right, folks? Well, the 2 important ones are Bleed, which is when he just maxes out his knives and then he spams knives the whole time. That's when you want Debuff Remover, Divine Barrier, Spirit Resilience, Scourge. You always want Scourge with Shiv, actually. And stuff like that. Silencer as well, just preventing him from putting out more knives is great. The other build is his tank build, where what you do is you get your max level ult, and then you just hang around team fights waiting to kill people. Which is why you should stay away from him on low HP no matter what, actually. Don't follow him into tight spaces. That's always a bad idea. Shiv thrives in tight spaces. And have Debuff Remover ready. He's slow. He's a slow guy. I'll say that. Shiv is strong, but he's a slow guy. I do like this character. I think he's cool. I like his movement options. You can counterspell his ult. So let's run through it. Decay. Damage deferred will get reduced by healing reduction, so that's a great one. I think it does. Oh fuck, I'm not sure. I don't know, man. You can always test it for yourself. Go into the practice range. Open that bit up. Make a bot as enemy. Hit mimic. Buy decay. And oh, what the fuck? You know what? It's Shiv, man. He's a tank. Decay will deal percentage-based damage, so will Toxic Bullets. They both deal percentage-based damage and reduce healing. I know that motherfucker heals regularly, too. Slowing Hex. He's already slow, slowing him even more. Great way to stay away from him. Divine Barrier, removing the knives. Debuff remover, removing the knives. Silence Wave, making sure he can't put out the knives or kill your friend who's probably on low HP. Silencer, making sure he can't kill you if you're on low HP. Scourge is a great one if you're battling, like if you're just 1v1ing him. Another good one is the Berserker, I believe. I'm so sorry. I apologize so dearly. Fury Trance, not Berserker. You idiot. Fury Trance. Fury Trance is nice. Fury Trance or Scourge. Fury Trance will keep you up on HP and make sure that you don't fall into his killing range too much. Siphon Bullets, again, reducing max HP, and Heal Bane, making sure he doesn't regen too much HP. Sinclair. He's got to get close to you to copy your ults. Keep your distance away from him if you have a good ult. Even if you don't have a good ult, a good Sinclair will just copy your fucking ult and just make you look stupid with it anyways. Position yourself for his bolts depending on where his Magician is, or his Spectral Assistant is. You can put off the timing of his bolts by a decent amount. Also, just not being on the ground. Usually, his bolts are so whack now that you have to like cast to the left and right of people rather than casting up and then just having the bolt go straight down. So the bolts will usually be coming from the side. So always wait for him to redirect the bolt before you dodge, unless it's going up. If it's going up in the air, then just you should be able to move away and you'll be in the clear. Spirit Shielding. One of the few people I recommend Spirit Shielding against. I don't really love Spirit Shielding, but if I get put in a lane with Sinclair, I will go Spirit Shielding. Because I know that motherfucker's just going to hit it and activate it. So yeah. Knockdown, Curse, Slowing X so he can't teleport to a Spectral Assistant. Silence Wave, he really doesn't have a great gun. He won't be doing much. Unless he's going gun build. If he is going gun build, which I haven't seen in a very long time. Disarm, Suppressor, Plated Armor if you really need it. Spellbreaker will help late game with Sinclair. Knockdown in case of the ulti copies. Curse in case of the ulti copies. Divine Barrier in case of the ulti copies. Did I miss one? No, I didn't. Alright, Vindicta. Oh, so fun, this patch. So fun. So fun. Our Crow Familiar, like, really, buy debuff reducer in lane if you're laning against Vindicta. She has two of the best debuffs in the game. Just do it. It makes your life easier. Believe me. Please believe me. It says 4-second duration. As you can see, it scales with spirit. It's stupid. Her crows are stupid. They deal percentage-based damage. They are stupid. Debuff remover is here for that. We're literally going to be only going over one Vindicta build, and it's like the hybrid build that 90% of people run. Yeah, don't get hit by the crows. Get her early knockdown so she doesn't get a ton of airtime with her stupid flight. And her flight causes her bullets to deal an additional spirit damage. You might just be thinking like Wraith level spirit damage. Like, no, dude. It's it's like 20 damage per bullet. Like, base, I think, or maybe not base, but somewhere around there. It's a ton of damage per bullet. And especially with these two stats scaling the way they do. Like, literally she flies, and then it's over. So yeah, have an early knockdown. Don't get hit by the crows. Get debuff remover, get debuff reducer, hell, even get, sorry I had a yawn there. Even getting Spellbreaker is great. And if you get hit by crows in lane, just take cover for a bit. Don't sweat it too much. Take a bit of cover. come back out when the crows are over. Curse, it'll stop her flying. Knockdown, it'll stop her flying. Slowing Hex, it'll prevent her from flying. Divine Barrier will get rid of the crows, and it will get rid of the stake. Debuff Removal will get rid of the crows, and it will get rid of the stake. Spirit Resilience will reduce the damage that she deals all around. She is another 2 stam, so Capacitor is great. Whoa. My mouth's getting a little dry. Juggernaut is when she gets shot, when she shoots you, her fire rate reduces, which is another great thing. Colossus gives you resistance to bullet and spirit damage and slows nearby enemies' dash speed, so if you get close to her, popping Colossus may not be the worst thing in the world. Suppressor, slowing her fire rate. Disarming Hex, making sure she can't fire, reducing that damage output. I got tired of writing descriptors. Viscous. Literally, this patch has just been a fucking gun dude. He's just been gun build. And whenever he's punch build, it's the most annoying shit ever. The punch is so, it has such a... I've genuinely learned to dislike Viscous this patch. Just because his gun is so stupidly... The hitbox on his bullets are so fucking big. Okay. Done complaining. Counter him like you would any other gun character. Honestly, it's a little fucked up to say, but there's nothing else to say. Just counter like you would any other gun character. Metal Skin, I don't usually see them running toxic bullets or anything will work. Suppressor, reducing his fire rate. Point Blank, because they will punch you every now and then, so just getting a little bit of melee resist. Silence Wave, so they can't turn into a ball and get away. I'm not sure if Curse disables ball or not. It should, but it might not. Viper. So, I'm sorry, and I've gotta go on a bit of a tangent for this one. 6 fucking stamina, 30% slide distance, 2 stamina, given to 6. She starts with 4. On slide, gain 180 barrier for 5 seconds. What the fuck does that even mean? Can slide up hills. Can turn faster while sliding. Increase slide distance. Move speed scales. Why? Why? Oh, I'm sorry, was the fucking 6 stamina and the 30% slide distance not enough? Oh, we had to give her scaling movement speed based on spirit? Are we dead ass right now? So here's what I'm going to tell you about Viper. Get the buff remover as soon as possible. I, genuinely, a little Lane Hitler. The spirit damage on Viper is crazy. It is so nuts early game spirit damage for Viper. I don't like it whatsoever. I don't like it. I do not agree with it. I don't think she should be that strong early. It is the least fun thing to play against in lane, outside of Bebop and Vindicta, honestly. Curse. It will stop the sliding. It will remove the momentum. It will remove that dumbass barrier. Which I don't think anybody even gets this. 100, unless it scales with spirit, 180 barrier is cool and all, but for 5 AP, that's kind of crazy. Divine Barrier. It will remove the toxic venom, the venom buildup, which her max level 2, which is the toxic venom that she puts on people, will basically turn it into a fucking passive, which is so cool. She gets 2 passives. Slowing Hex, again, just reducing this nightmarish creation. By the way, if you're a new player and you really decided to sit all the way through this and punish yourself, sliding gives you infinite ammo. Which is the whole fucking problem with this thing, is that she just doesn't goddamn run out of ammo. Counterspell, you can very easily block the venom damage, disarm, again, while she's sliding around with infinite ammo. At least just disarm her. Make sure she gets in close first and then disarm. Don't do it while she can still run away from the fight. Suppressor, slowing the fire rate, always great. especially for somebody that has infinite ammo. Just slowing the rate at which they use their infinite ammo is great. Metal Skin. Viper just puts out so much fucking damage sometimes, especially with like infinite bullets. Metal Skin is just nice to have, even if you have to deal with the lethal venom afterwards. Capacitor, again with 6 stamina, making sure that you can't use all 6 is always going to be nice. Inhibitor. Ooh. Reducing outgoing damage, very important, I feel. And she will probably have leech, so reducing the incoming healing for her is another great thing. Knockdown will completely stop momentum. Great thing. Debuff remover, again, lethal venom and mystic slow. This nonsense. And she will have QSR, probably, I think, on her 1. So having a rusted barrel in lane to use when she uses QSR is a great option. Oh, and then there's Warden. Woohoo, yay! Warden, stay away from him to avoid his binding ward, because his binding, I don't know if it's binding word or binding ward, but the binding ward, basically what it does is it, the closer you are to it, the less of a chance you have escaping it. It gets a little ridiculous sometimes. Don't let Warden get right on top of you and use it, because then you will have a bad time. And when he ults, use any slowing at your disposal. You can curse him to remove any non-ultimate buffs Warden has. And if you can catch him during the channel duration, which as long as he's not an idiot, you can't catch him during the channel duration. So I wouldn't be too worried about that, but if you do see him doing it right in front of your face, curse him. So, Divine Barrier. This, it'll prevent whoever's trying, whatever poor soul is getting captured by Warden. Just help him out if you're support. Toxic Bullets, 58 base health. His ult gives him a shit ton of lifesteal. Reduce that lifesteal. Reduce that lifesteal with Decay as well if he ults. The best way for me to catch a Warden off and counter a Warden is to wait for him to ult and then use Decay while he's ulting, and hopefully my team just shreds him. He will gain a ton of resistance as well, but they usually rely on their lifesteal a lot as well. It turns out hard to 1v6. So, as long as you have a competent team, Decay should be able to get the job done. You might lose a person or two, but countering a Fed, or just a like high Souls Warden is always nice. Oh, Siphon Bullets reducing that max HP, great. Plated Armor, his bullets deal a lot of damage, dude. His bullets deal a lot of damage. And Spirit Resilience too, honestly, like, both are gonna be nice. Suppressor, reducing his fire rate due to the Spirit increase. Disarming Hex, making sure that he can't just, like, fill you full of bullets. And Mystic Slow. Slow him down. Don't let him get near you. And thus we have ended the phase of people that I don't like. Viper into Warden. Wraith. Cool. Disarm her, slowing Hex before she runs away, and then followed up with a knockdown. And basically, slowing Hex into knockdown is a guaranteed kill for most Wraiths because they don't have a ton of HP. Curse will do what Curse always does. Divine Barrier. Why did I have this here? Oh, Divine Barrier will remove her ult debuffs, which is nice. And you can always cast it on yourself if you are support and she is diving you. Debuff remover. I don't think it works on her ult, actually. I just realized that it's an ultimate debuff, so that's my bad. It might, though. It'll still reduce the duration of her debuff from her ult. Juggernaut will slow her fire rate if she's shooting you. Disarming Hex. it will remove her ability to fire. You should wait for her to use her spirit buff where she buffs herself and everybody nearby. Then really silencing her disarming hex then is great. Slowing hex into a silence wave is another great one to make sure that she can't teleport away. Slowing hex will prevent her from using teleport. Suppressor. I'm sorry, I just gotta look at something real quick. Alright, I'm not sorry, because I didn't find anything, so I am sorry. Apologies. Wraith deals a good bit of spirit damage when she's fighting, so getting Fury Trance or Scourge, one of the two, will do work. Fury Trance you can't put on other people, so it's really only for gun characters. Scourge is for tanks that have spirit access and supports. Counterspell. You can counterspell her ult. It is very forecasted as long as she isn't right next to you. Suppressor! Slows her fire rate. I think I already went through that. Really the whole counter to Wraith is just, like I said, getting her before she ults. Or not ults, getting her before she teleports away. And Yamato! Dodge the slash, avoid pokes, and keep distance. That's really about it. The pokes are going to be dealt in the form of Mystic Shot and her 2. Dodging the slash is not too bad. Really just getting away from her. If she's like super close, then it shouldn't be a problem. But if you hear it charging up, then just get away from her. Or if she's super close, then it is going to be a bit more of a problem. Depends on how close she is. Like, if she's right on top of you, you can usually just dodge, like, past her. And it's really hard to, like, do a full 180 on a mouse and still hit a strike that fucking precise. Her slash is, like, really precise. Oh my god, does this thing still have water in it? Oh dear god. Sorry. Crimson Slash will give her a ton of HP, which is why Inhibitor, Toxic Bullets, and all of the good old Decay, all that healing reduction is great. Knockdown will usually force her to ult or just get knocked down. Curse, I don't know if it takes her out of her ult, I'm gonna be honest. All I know is that it does silence her during her ult. Which is a huge one. Silencing her in general, she's a combo character. Getting a silence off is great. Slowing Hex will prevent her from chasing her targets or grappling away to her team. Spellbreaker, just reducing the damage that she is hitting you with is nice. Also, Spirit Resilience goes hard. Healbane, if you can regularly keep it up, then, yeah, just making sure that she doesn't have a ton of, like, making sure that she doesn't have a ton of healing. I'm so sorry. Making sure that she doesn't have a ton of healing outgoing, is always good. And Divine Barrier. You can Divine Barrier and a buff remover her 2 when she like grapples onto somebody. That's the end. Apologize for my hoarse voice. I'm not having a very great day today. And I probably won't be uploading any other videos on this channel for quite some time. I may be doing a stream sometime between now and May. But until May rolls around, I won't be doing much. So, but you know, second May rolls around, or the second I get a chance to like actually upload and sit down and record some videos, I gladly will. But this is like for the people that are usually watching my channel and not. It's not really like the best thing to put in a deadlock video. But thank you for watching, and yeah.